The Accenture Canary, why India's $250 billion IT services model just hit its inflection point. The consensus read is already outdated. What matters now is the second-order effect most commentary still ignores. We will map trigger, incentive shift, and downstream impact before the close. They called it a typical consulting slowdown. But the CFO used two words that should terrify every IT services executive in India: structural compression. Not cyclical. Structural. That distinction matters because it means the business model itself is breaking, not bending. Accenture employs 300,000 people in India, roughly 1 in every 8 Indian IT workers. When they signal that their traditional outsourcing model is fundamentally broken, they're describing something far bigger than one company's problem. They're describing the inflection point of an entire economic model. Let me show you what's happening on the ground right now. A major US bank that previously needed 120 Accenture consultants for application maintenance deployed GitHub Copilot Enterprise and internal LLMs in early 2026. They now need 73 people. That's a 39% reduction in headcount. The contract value dropped 32% at renewal. This wasn't a renegotiation where Accenture kept the work but cut margins. The work itself evaporated. Here's another example. A European insurance firm had a 40-person team doing manual testing. They replaced it with Claude-powered test automation. Their annual spend went from $4.8 million to $1.2 million, a 75% cut. 8 specialists handling what 40 people used to do. This is spreading faster than most people realize. A March 2026 Gartner study found that enterprises using production GenAI tools reduced their consulting spend by an average of 28% year-over-year. Not because they're scaling back transformation. Because they need fewer human hours to execute it. Fewer hours means fewer consultants. Fewer consultants means structural compression. Now run the math. India's top 5 IT services firms employ 2.8 million people combined. If they all experience similar 25 to 30% headcount efficiency gains over 18 to 24 months, that's 700,000 to 840,000 roles eliminated. Not moved to new projects. Eliminated. That's larger than the entire workforce of Delhi's IT sector. But here's what makes June 2026 categorically different from every previous scare the Indian tech industry has survived: the 2008 crash, cloud migration, earlier automation waves. 3 structural factors are all shifting simultaneously. First, the talent pyramid is inverting. The old model was elegant: 100 junior developers, 20 seniors, 5 architects, 1 delivery lead. That pyramid worked because juniors generated billable hours. GenAI collapses that. Now you need 15 senior developers with AI tools, 3 architects, 1 delivery lead. The 100 junior roles don't exist anymore. Campus hiring at Indian IT firms is down 64% year-over-year according to NASSCOM data released 2 days after Accenture's guidance cut. That wasn't a coincidence. Recruiters knew immediately what the earnings call meant. Second, clients are forcing outcome-based contracts. Accenture revealed that 41% of new bookings in Q2 2026 were outcome or value-based, up from 23% a year ago. When you're paid for results instead of hours, a GenAI system that delivers working code in 6 hours instead of 6 weeks doesn't create billable margin. It destroys it. India's entire IT services model was built on hourly labor leverage. Outcome-based pricing eliminates that leverage. Third, the best Indian engineers are no longer forced to leave India. Bangalore's AI salaries for top talent now match or exceed US compensation when you factor in cost of living. But here's the cruel part: only the top 5 to 8% of engineers qualify for those roles. Everyone else faces a collapsing middle. Google DeepMind Bangalore, Microsoft Research India, OpenAI contractors, these are creating an hourglass economy. High-value AI research roles at the top, high-volume gig work at the bottom, collapsing middle where 2.5 million IT services workers currently sit. The shockwaves ripple across Indian society in ways most analysts are missing. Bangalore's commercial office vacancy rate hit 18.7% in June 2026, the highest since COVID. IT firms are Bangalore's largest office tenants. Real estate worth $12 billion faces potential correction. India produces 1.5 million engineering graduates annually, with 60% targeting IT services. If entry-level roles vanish, you're looking at 900,000 unemployable graduates per year. Tier 2 engineering colleges in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are already reporting 40 to 50% drops in applications for 2026 admission. The education pipeline is breaking before the job market even fully contracts. IT services export $254 billion in forex annually, 45% of India's total services exports. A sustained 20 to 25% revenue decline creates rupee pressure at a time when the RBI is already managing elevated food inflation. And here's the political angle nobody's discussing yet. PM Modi's Digital India narrative is built on IT services success. If unemployment spikes among educated, English-speaking urban professionals, historically the BJP's core voter base, the 2029 election calculus shifts immediately. Expect emergency skilling initiatives within 90 to 120 days. So what happens next? Q3 2026, TCS, Infosys, Wipro report earnings. Watch for coded language, pyramid optimization, portfolio rationalization, efficiency gains. By Q4 2026, the first voluntary separation programs launch. 40,000 to 60,000 mid-level workers, people in their 30s with mortgages, getting exit packages. By Q2 2027, if unemployment data confirms 400,000 net job losses, expect a national AI transition task force. But here's the contrarian opportunity nobody's positioning for yet. India could become the global leader in AI services integration, not building AI models, but deploying them at scale across legacy enterprise systems. That's a $40 to $60 billion market by 2028. Indian firms have the execution muscle to connect Salesforce, SAP, Oracle, and homegrown systems to LLM workflows. That requires deep domain knowledge plus AI fluency. It's a race between managed transition and crisis. The firms that retrain 30 to 40% of their workforce on prompt engineering and RAG architecture within 6 months win. The ones that keep selling bodies while the bodies become obsolete lose everything. Accenture's guidance cut is India's iPhone moment, the signal that old rules no longer apply. The $250 billion Indian IT services industry isn't dying. It's being forced through an 18-month transformation that will eliminate 25 to 35% of current roles while creating entirely new categories. The engineers who survive won't be the ones who code fastest. They'll be the ones who can architect systems where AI does the coding. For India's economy, the stakes are unprecedented. This is either a managed transition to AI-era services leadership or an employment crisis affecting 5 to 7 million workers and their families by late 2027. That choice is being made right now.